Hi everyone, this is Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're going to be talking about simple money habits you can apply in your day-to-day life that are going to save you money. Did you know that the average American saves less than 5% of their income? That means most Americans are not saving enough for retirement, education, or emergencies. Let's talk about some super simple ways that you can put more money away for things like retirement now. Tip number one is avoid sales. So people think when they go to sales at whether the grocery store or the clothing store or the toy store or whatever, they're actually saving money. You're not saving money, you're spending money. So if you had stayed home, you wouldn't have spent that $70 out of $100 that you saved 30% on, right? So you actually need to stay home and avoid sales entirely unless you're looking for something specific that you've been saving for a long time. So if you're saving for a bed or a car or tuition for something and a sale comes up on it, then it's okay to go to a sale. But if you're just going to a sale because there's a sale, then you need to avoid it entirely to actually save that entire amount instead of just the 30% you would have gotten off. So one of the things you can do to entirely rid yourself of the temptation of going to sales is to clean out your email, stop the telemarketing and other sales calls, and to stop the sales flyers in your mailbox. So I will include a link in my description down below that will help you opt out of those things like sale flyers in the mail, a link down below how to opt out of those pesky telephone calls, and be sure to go through your email on a day-to-day basis and unsubscribe from any newsletters you get that tell you about sales at those tempting stores that make you spend money. Number two is to determine the difference between needs and wants. And this is super important. It's very important, and I talk about it in many other videos, to prioritize your things that you need and things that are just wants. So I have a video up above on kind of how to do that and some things that will allow you to determine what's important and what's not important. But you can actually do this yourself on a day-to-day basis. When you go to purchase something, really think, no matter what it is, whether you need it or you want it. If you want it, you can still buy it, but it's important to determine in your mind whether that's something that you actually need and it's worth the money you're spending, or whether it's just a want and it's something you should save up for or put off until later. Number three is to shop secondhand for clothing. So all clothing that you should buy should not be full price. At worst, you should be buying at outlet stores or at a discount in your regular stores or on the clearance racks. The best is to buy it secondhand, because once that thing flies off the shelf, it goes down immensely in price. I have bought name brand Lane Bryant pants that are typically $75 for $7 in thrift stores with the tags still on them. So shopping secondhand for clothes is your absolute best way to get clothes. If you can't find your size or if you don't have good thrift stores, then at least check on outlets and discount and clearance racks in the stores that you typically shop in. Number four is sell what you don't need. Having stuff costs you money. And I will put a link up above to my 20 reasons to own less stuff. But the real thing that you need to understand is when you do get rid of stuff, you can actually sell it. You will be surprised at the things that people will buy. I once had somebody buy an old, used, chewed up hairbrush at a garage sale for $1 because they were going to use it for their dog. I once had people buy Cabbage Patch clothes for a preemie. I've purchased things that have sat in my closet too long that I've sold on Facebook Marketplace. I sell clothes that don't fit anymore on Poshmark. We use Facebook Marketplace all the time to sell things in our shed and other things that we no longer use. So purge your stuff, and remember, most things have some place that they can be sold. If you have something you want to get rid of and you're not sure where to get rid of it, tell me down below what it is, and I will give you some ideas of where you can actually sell that to get money instead of throwing it away. Number five is a challenge. I'm going to challenge you this month in March 2021, or whatever month you're watching this video in, to give up one thing for 30 days. If you give up one thing for 30 days, you typically realize that you didn't need that thing in the first place. If you do realize that you do need it and you bring it back, maybe you can spend less on it or try giving up something else in the future. So I recently almost completely gave up soda. So I was drinking mass amount quantities of soda because I was addicted, and I've reduced it down to 1/10 of what I was drinking before by giving it up for a period of time. So I save a ton of money, not to mention my health. There are other things you can give up like coffee or sugar, or maybe you just switch from buying your coffee every day at Starbucks to making your coffee at home, or giving up appetizers and sodas in restaurants and only purchasing the main entree and drinking water. So think about it for your personal self about what you could try giving up for 30 days and track the amount of money you spend when you give it up. Number six is something I am totally trying to do more of this year, and that is to increase financial literacy. So having a good financial IQ is very important in order to make sure that you're making the most of the money you have and making more money in the future to prepare yourself for things like retirement and education. So financial literacy is actually something that you can get for free. You can get a ton of really great books from the library. There are super blogs on financial literacy. There are websites and YouTube videos like this one and other videos that you should watch. Just make sure that you're taking a little bit of time, maybe 10 minutes of every day, to do something to increase your financial literacy. If you're not watching this YouTube channel, maybe another YouTube channel like it. I do have some great books I will recommend in another video. One of those is I Can Teach You to Be Rich, and I will put the link down below. I kind of thought this was going to be a hokey book. It is super important and valuable to read. It has so much great information. I definitely recommend it as a first step in our financial literacy journal. Again, I will put a link to it down below. And the author, recommend 2 bank accounts that you probably want to have. I will put the links to those down below as well. They are great first steps to increasing your financial literacy and your safety net. Number 7 is don't stock up on things you don't need. So I'm a firm believer in stocking up on things you do need. I keep 20 pounds of rice at a time. I keep lots of almond flour on hand because we do low carb cooking, but I only keep things on hand that we will actually use. So I am guilty of purchasing things on sale at grocery outlet in mass quantities when they were 10 cents at a time. Cereal that we didn't eat, brownie mixes that we never made. I know now, even if it's an incredible deal for 5 cents or 10 cents at a time, don't purchase it unless we're actually going to eat it. It just takes up room in your house. It makes you feel bad because you spent that dollar or something you didn't need. Don't stock up on things unless you're absolutely sure that they are items that you or your family will use or eat. Number 8 is contrary to many people's advice of cooking only in the portions you will eat. And sometimes I have recommended this as well for things like losing weight and other things, but I also recommend, if you can manage not to overeat at a meal, is to cook more than you need. So if you are great at packing up leftovers ahead of time, you can cook vegetables and meat in masser quantities when you're cooking. So if you're going to cook hamburger today, maybe cook that entire 5-pound chub and put 3 pounds of it away in the freezer for later. You could cook twice as many zucchinis as you need, twice as many baked potatoes, and put those away in the fridge for later. So you save money by making quick meals on the run when you don't have time to cook a full meal. So if you're okay with cooking a meal, packing up leftovers right away, and only eating the portions that you need right now, then this is a great tip for saving money. Cook twice as many vegetables as you need at your next meal. Number 9, and this is something I recently learned is a great thing to do, and I've already started putting it in place. I learned it from that book I'm linking down below, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and it is to automate your savings. So make sure you're paying yourself and your savings account first. When you first get your paycheck, automate a percentage of that to come out and go into a savings account. I put a great high interest checking account and a high interest savings account in the links down below. Automate yourself at least 5 or 10% of your income to go into those savings accounts as soon as you get paid, and that way you have an ready-made emergency fund when something happens, and it's money you don't even know you had because it went away right away. So that is it for today. Quick video, just 9 tips of simple money habits that you need to start right away. If you like videos like this on financial literacy, living your best life on less money, side hustles, and frugal living, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And as always, if you liked this video, please hit the like button down below. It means so much to me. It is really a gift to see that you like my videos. I love you all very, very much, and I will talk to you in the next video.